Hey, yo, what up, Bears fans? Your boy, Coach T with Chicago Bears 360, back with another live live show for you today. Listen, we got a good one for you today. We're going to talk about these edge rushers. We're going to update you on Bears news. Do me a favor as you come into the comment section, run those likes up, share, subscribes. I know I've been doing a terrible job of pre-prepping the show in time to get the numbers up, so I need y'all's help today. I need y'all to like, subscribe. I'm finna actually slide over to X, Twitter to retweet live on the show to retweet so we can get some people in the comment section. By the way, I'm finna give away some free game for y'all for this YouTube game thing. People think about doing this. Listen, what helps your algorithm? Listen, this free game, man. I don't even have to do this. But what helps your algorithm is if you prep the show ahead of time and get things kind of queued up ahead of time, meaning you go ahead and submit your thumbnails, all that good stuff ahead of time and get it set up in YouTube ahead of time. It helps the algorithm. It helps your show. It helps your content get the ratings. I don't have to do that. I'm giving away free game because guess what? That's what we do over here, man. We share information. We share the wealth. You know what I'm saying? It's all good and fun and all that other stuff. I'm actually updating live on the show, actually getting everything queued up. So when I'm talking about getting everything set up, I'm talking about getting your hashtags and your description embedded, getting all the configuration settings done, meaning you have to configure everything for your audience to say, no, this is not made for kids, embed your hashtags, all that good stuff. But listen, we're going to talk about these edges as I get this thing set up. So y'all know what's next, man. We got to cue the intro maestro. Let's go. Contra.
Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I fill my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
And just like that, we're back, Bears fans. Welcome to Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. Listen, we have a good show for you today. The interesting discussion on this Sunday. Let's talk some Bears football, man. We're going to talk about this roster and how it's presently constructed, how we're looking going into the draft, which is less than 3 weeks away. Update you on our draft plans for that weekend. I need to go ahead and put that request in the white because that's going to be a full weekend of content creation. I guess I can go ahead and let y'all know ahead of time. We're going to be simulcasting with my guys over at Chicago Bears Central, Hayes and Bobby and Steve-O and the whole crew, my guys over at Chicago Bears Central, teaming up with them simulcasting. So you definitely want to lock in for the weekend, man. It's going to be funny. It's going to be humorous. It's probably going to get serious at time. Probably going to get some debate. Probably going to get some education up in there. We try to mix it all in and have a good time, have fun. Listen, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work to consistently bring you content, Bears content throughout the year, especially times like this when the news cycle kind of slows down a lot, you know, post combine, 30 visits, individual workouts or pro days. The news cycle gets, you know what I'm saying, a little bit slow. And, you know, people just got to find shit to do, make shit up and become toxic probably around this time. Also, got to say this also. I've been hesitant, man. I was trying to get through the off season without doing the mock draft, man. But I think I might have to break down, man, like Pookie in New Jack City. I might have to break down and actually do a mock draft. I didn't want to do one, man, because I'm just my personality. I just hate doing what everybody else is doing, man. So it's just, I don't know. It's maybe a toxic trait of mine. But also it serves me well in life, just not to be a, follower. Shout out to people that do it. No shade or nothing like that. I think I actually enjoy watching other people do it. That's the crazy part about it. I enjoy watching other people's mocks, like my guy Baki out there who does a good job with the mock draft. He's kind of become an aficionado, a perfectionist, if you will, of the mock draft. And there's some others out there. I enjoy being a consumer there in that space because guess what? When you're creating content Sunday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, you have to book schedule with guests for Thursdays. Now we're actually adding guests on Tuesdays. By the way, those Tuesday shows, the guests for those Tuesday shows, this is the format. This is what we're looking to do for the people that actually are building platforms and they're on their way up. You know what I'm saying? The building platform, we're actually scheduling people on Tuesdays or people that have other platforms for other sports. Like if you cover the Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs, the Blackhawks or something like that, and you have a pod or something like that, or you have a budding Bears podcast and stuff like that, we're making space for those people to, you know what I'm saying, just get an opportunity, just to get their feet wet. And I don't have the hugest, the largest platform out there, but I think the impact we make at Chicago Bears 360 is probably a lot bigger than what our subscribers is, which is why I want you guys to like, subscribe. If you're watching as a playback, tap in, man. We try to keep it light. We try to keep the vibe, energy cool. Y'all know I have my moments at time, but we are all human and stuff like that. So that's the update. You know what we're doing for the draft? I'm going to try to get in and sneak in a mock draft, like let's say on the Tuesday show, for example, maybe Tuesday show or over the next two Tuesday shows. I'm going to try and sneak in a mock draft. By the way, updating you on the guest list. And I'm still waiting on confirmation for the second confirmation because we locked this in some time ago that Lawrence Holmes is supposed to be on the show on Thursday. So hopefully that's still going to be the case. Understand these people are busy. They got lives, so on and so forth. And sometimes things happen like this week with Greg Braggs, right? Covering the NCAA Final Four men's basketball tournament. You know what I'm saying? They have to do different things. So either way, you know what I'm saying? We try to remain flexible so we can continue to have these people in the program and keep things moving. So this morning, man, I kind of woke up to, Commanders and Falcons Twitter hell, trying to figure out how I got here. So I spent some time kind of scrolling, and again, more game for you guys doing this Bears podcast and game stuff. So I'm scrolling, kind of figuring out topics, things, interesting stuff to talk about on today's show. And before we get into these edges, I want to invite you guys to the Discord because there's a current conversation I'm having. Very good dialogue, by the way, because you know what I'm saying, X becomes about debate and all this stuff all the time. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't like doing it. I don't like I'm not a big fan of debating on X or Twitter all day long. That's just not my thing, man. I like to be creative. I like to be productive with my day. So, but we have a very good discourse dialogue going on in X right now about the current construction around the Bears roster, right? And the wide receiver 3 position, right? So, and what I kind of tweeted out on Saturday morning relative to that. So to set that up, what I'm going to do, man, is I'm going to do a Coach T's playbook, and I'm going to set that up here so we can continue the conversation here. So if you're watching and you're in the chat, or, you know what I'm saying, you're creeping, you watching, but you're not in the chat, either way, man, it's all good. But I'm going to set this up so y'all understand the context of that conversation. But the conversation is continuing on X and Twitter, and it's a very good conversation about the presentation or how this roster is presently constructed. And I thought it was a good conversation to continue live on the show. So do I still have my intro video for Coach T playbook? Dang, bro, did I delete that? No, I don't. Here we go. Let's go. Let's ride.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. How you want it, dog? Huh? Closed casket? You remember that fool in the wheelchair? How you think he got there?
Game, man, because Well, I didn't know how. I didn't even know where it was or how to get to the intro for Coach T's playbook. And we haven't done it for a while. So kind of an indication of how far we've been off of what we like to do here on the show consistently, right? So that's our niche, right? We try and break down Bears football from a coach's perspective. So I'm trying to get to the application so I can actually draft up what I did on my whiteboard. How do I do this? How do I do this? What I did on my whiteboard. What I did on my whiteboard on Saturday to translate that into the show. So if I can't get to it, I can't make it transition smoothly. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to describe it to you guys. But it's all about the wide receiver position. And I think some fans are making certain assumptions about the wide receiver position. I'm not saying that it won't happen. But again, what we like to do is give you things to think about that could be possibility, right? Also share the tab audio. I don't need audio, buddy. I just need the tab. I just need the playbook. And why is the damn playbook not showing? So I can draft this up via the playbook. Give me a hot second. I'm gonna figure this out. Should have did this off screen, but it's not working off screen. And let me close. I tell you what, let me close the application out, open it back up, and see if StreamYard is gonna recognize it. That's the thing. So if I go to present mode, video file, extra slides, nope, presentation, X, nope, video, nope, application, nope, window, nope, StreamYard, nope. All right, cool. Let's just describe it for you, right? We'll keep the party moving. It won't start the show. So, picture this, if you will. This is something to look out for. Just something to keep in mind as people are talking about drafting a third wide receiver. First of all, the conversation is going like this. This roster, okay, once you get past Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Everett, the current state of the offensive line, which is really my biggest concern when I'm talking about the roster with 4 picks left. The running back room is stable. Tight end rooms, we need another tight end. We need a tight end 3 because Shane likes to run 12 and 13 personnel. And that was the take. That was what I described in the video. By the way, hell, why didn't I do it that way? I could have showed the video, the actual video from that I actually did on Saturday. Let me see if I can find it, cue it up first. And that would have kind of helped explain the context of the conversation a little bit better. Because, some people are visual learners. They like to, go about it that way. So try and set this up the right way. Let me see. And I'm trying to get snazzy with this here, what they call it? Technology. All right, cool. We got the video up. Let me see if I'm going to expand it. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right, here we go. I'm going to have to let it cycle in. Also use audio. All right. Hopefully that's up on the screen. Right? If we put a wide receiver 3 on the field, that's y'all pay. Let's see if we can tap into this 11. Video. Y'all see. Let me know if this makes sense to you. All right, let's go back. All right, Bears fans. I know I don't know anything about football, but Shane Waldron likes to run 12 and 13 personnel. That's 2 tight ends, 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 running back. Okay, let's do the math real fast. We're gonna go center, guard, tackle, tight end, running back. 11 personnel with a quarterback. Let's do the math. 6, 7, 8, right? If we put a wide receiver 3 on the field, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 11. 1 plus 6 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How is the 2 tight ends and 3 tight ends are going to get on the field with wide receiver 3? This was Jackson Smith's enigma issue with Shane Waldron. He couldn't get on the field because of what he likes to run. So if we draft a wide receiver, then it would mean that Shane would go out of what he likes to do normally. And good for him, grow for him. But this is what I'm going to be looking out for when we draft or if we draft a wide receiver, how that shakes up.
All right. That's the
Bears fans. I know I don't know
conclusion of the video right there. Let me bring it back. So I want to see what y'all saying about this in the chat. So we wanted to have a conversation about that. I was thinking about it as I was working out Saturday, right? So basically what the video is explaining is wide receiver 3 means you can't run 12 and 13 personnel the way you like to. That was Jackson Smith enigma issue when he did the interview with CHGO guys, Hogue, and all those guys during Super Bowl week, I believe, right? His issue with Shane really was his playing time. He want to get on the field, right? That's wide receiver 3. If you got 2 studs in front of you, playing time becomes an issue. I don't care who you are. You're a rookie, you're a veteran, you know you can produce, and you know your dollars are connected to your productivity, your production, your yards. These guys, listen, man, they don't want to do it in high school. They don't want to run multiple tight end sets in high school, 12 and 13 personnel. I know they don't want to do it in the pros, right? And somebody made a good point. I think it was my guy, Adam. Bro, y'all know I'm terrible with names, so I'm gonna have to go because I don't want to blow the name up, mess it up. Adam Mason. Adam came under and under the comments made a good point. Well, you know, it's a good situation for the wide receiver to come in, wide receiver 3 come in and probably get about 50 targets during the year. That might be a good ramp up for him. What better situation? I don't disagree at all. It would be a great situation for a wide receiver 3 to come in as a rookie and how to ramp him into the NFL or integrate him into the NFL that way. But I want to just give the fans that don't understand that's going after these mock drafts and say, oh, just get a wide receiver 3. And their thinking is because he's Rome Odunze or Brian Thomas Jr. or Malik Neighbors, he's wide receiver 3 by default. Shane's just going to throw that guy out there and go 3, 4, 5 wide receiver sets with this offensive line and throw the ball all over the field. I don't think that's going to happen. And if he does it, that goes against what he's shown he is, right? So I'm not saying it can't happen, but again, the idea of the show, the premise of the show is to give us something to look at, something to think about. If he does it, like I said in the video, great. If he comes out and he goes what I call loose spread gun formation, loose spread gun is 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, out of shotgun, X, Y, Z slot, right? And you run a lot of stuff out of what I call loose spread gun. You know what I'm saying? You can motion out of, you can get, that's my favorite formation. It's my favorite formation in football outside of like probably pro left or pro right. You get to a lot of stuff out of that. But at the same time, I like the idea that Shane is a 12, 13 personnel guy because in Chicago, when it gets cold late in the season, man, you know, and playoff football, a lot of times we go through the season and guys are lighting up the scoreboard and it's, you know, offensive this and it's stat that and it's stat that. And then how many times have we seen we get to playoff football and it seems like playoff football is boring because it's defensive struggles and running the ball and inclement weather and all this other stuff. That kind of football is, and also that kind of football travels too, right? So 12 and 13 personnel, that travels road games, especially when you're going up against a high power offense like Kansas City or dare I say Green Bay, who has multiple. Their strategy is kind of like attack you by having the collective of wide receivers versus having a star per se. When you go up against these offenses that can put a lot of points on the board, kind of the play style that really shuts that down is going up there and basically taking the air out of the ball, taking the air out of the clock by running the ball, milking the clock, time of possession, get out there, get a low scoring, a mid score win, and take the dub and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear me say this all the time, like styles make fight. So I I like the idea of who Shane is and his identity and his history, his past, and all that other stuff. But I'm intrigued by what it would look like for Shane to implement something that he's not known for. Is what I'm getting at. So y'all let me know, what does that look like to you guys? Are people, or have y'all as you discussed it through mocks, are people aware of that? I don't think in the discussions that I've heard people make that connection, right? They don't make the connection. Oh yeah, I can put a wide receiver 3 on the field. That means the tight end is coming off. Like it's a mismatch in communication there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But that conversation is going on live. I thought I would bring it over to the show because I think it's important. The second part of the conversation that we're having on X, the fact that, oh, by the way, shout out to y'all, man. Lawrence is live on the air. Lawrence is confirming that he will be on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, guys, I got to take care of this business. 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, or we can adjust. Live confirmation that my guy the big homie, is going to be on the show on Thursday. Yeah, so that's an interesting part of the conversation. And I'm be honest with y'all guys, man, like when after the Senior Bowl, for me, doing Bears content, bro, it's not that fun, man. I'm gonna keep it a bean. It's not that fun because now we start getting into the conjecture, debate, and draft, and we should do this. We should do. The further we get away from the schematics and the X's and O's, the less excited I get, because I'm be honest with you, man, I'm not a big mock guy. I'm not a big, let me go and study the film on every player that could possibly come to the Bears, only for us to select 4 or 5 guys out of hours of film study on all these dudes. This is not my thing. I like these kind of questions right here. Like, how is the strategy, the strategic part of the game going to play out? So we go 12, 13 personnel. What percentage of playing time would this wide receiver truly get? I want to see how that play out so I can come back and report to you guys what we're seeing. We can look at it together. Oh, yeah, we drafted Rome Odunze or Brian Thomas Jr. or Malik Neighbors, and this is how we utilize him. And Shane is going against what he does well. Same thing with Caleb Williams, right? I've had the take since before it became popular that people transcribe my take as me saying Caleb Williams doesn't play in structure. I don't care about structure. I care about the translation of the air raid offense to a traditional pro style offense. So I'm interested in coming back to you guys and reporting out to my subscribers what I'm seeing on films in terms of his progression, his growth, right? So what is Shane actually doing compared to what his resume said he does? And then what is Caleb doing now in the NFL as compared to what his pathway has taught him, and how is he truly progressing? If he's doing things for the Bears that I didn't see him do a lot at USC, I want to be able to talk about that on film. That's exciting to me. That will show, hey, guys, we on our way. We got us one. We got us a dude. We're on our way. Be patient. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like my pop says, who watches the show on Facebook. Shout out to my pop. He says, you help me manage my expectations based off of the film, based off of the schematic. So if I'm mad, then at least I know why I'm mad. If I'm upset, and that's the part that's fun. That's what we want to get back to. Coach T's playbook, having conversations around that. But so I'm excited, as you could tell, for us to actually get into training camp, get through the draft. So we'll know what plays behind the field so we can start diagnosing that stuff. Same thing with the defense, what we're doing with the personnel, what we're actually running, how we're utilizing personnel, how it's different from maybe perhaps how we used them last season, so on and so forth. Those type of things excite me about what we're doing. So Back to the second part of our conversation on Twitter, and then I'll get into these edges because we're already about 30 minutes into the show. The second part of the conversation is run the depth of this roster, right? And I think it got lost in all the Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams debate during the seasons, the why, right? People got so focused on being right, but that they ignored for a lot of us the reason why. Some people just, preferred Justin Fields off rip because that was they dude, right? My whole situation was all things, I didn't even have breakfast today, so nothing could come up. All things being equal, I wanted to build out this roster because I didn't think we were ready to take the swing. And the swing is for a Super Bowl, right? So that might be a good question for the chat. How many years do you guys realistically think if Caleb Williams pans out, right? Caleb Williams pans out to be all that he's been advertised, right? How many years do you guys realistically believe that we're away from being Super Bowl competitive, right? And this is not a pessimistic question or asking it in a pessimistic way. This is a real, let's an exchange. How far do you think we're away from being competitive for a football, Super Bowl? Because that's the end goal ultimately, right? Having good quarterback play and good stats doesn't excite me. I'm just going to be honest with you. Going to a Super Bowl for me doesn't necessarily excite me because for me, the end game has always been, I want to have a Bears team that's competitive year in and year out in the conversation for multiple Super Bowls. So the first question is, how many years, all things panning out with Caleb, are we away from being Super Bowl ready? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if dude shows out 2 to 3 years, we should be right there, right? But my caveat or add-on or addendum to that is this roster constructed, or do we have the foundation built that we can repeat it? Is it repeatable, right? Can we repeat it competitive? Can we come in, go to a Super Bowl, win it, then come back and win it again or compete for another one? Or do we pull a Green Bay, you know what I'm saying, have one? Now, I empathize with a lot of Bears fans that weren't around in 85 when I was 10 years old. I got a chance to see a Super Bowl for Chicago. Well, I was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? I turned 50 next year, right? I know I don't look it. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep that skin going, alkaline water, folks. But I want multiple. I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I'm jealous of watching the national programs, and it's always the same teams, the Patriots. Now the new movement is Kansas City. It's always the same people in a national conversation that's being mentioned for a Super Bowl. I'm jealous, have a little bit of fan envy of sorts, because it's always the same people, and it's always us being shat on when it comes to these conversations on a national platform. I get sick of that crap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every year. Oh, yeah. Who's the top team? They talk about the same teams all the time. Why not us? Why not us? And I'm not saying we can't do it, but that's the perspective I'm coming from, and I wish, right? So going back to the conversation, I went on a tangent there. Going back to the conversation, presently constructed, is the foundation there for, say we get there in 2 years. One, is the foundation for their depth-wise, roster-wise, that we can get there in 2 or 3 years, but also make it sustainable, make it repeatable, right? So position group by position group, that's what I want to talk about today. And before we get into these edges, right? Because running back room, I'll let y'all call it. I want to start with the running back room because I want to end on offensively with the O-line. Shout out to Burlease Moore in the chat. I want to end with the O-line because I think that's the easy conversation to start with. But I want to start with the running back room. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are. I'm on doing all the programming today by myself, so I'm going to get back to the chat when you do the DM section. But I want to know you guys' thoughts on that. Starting with the running back room, not just Swift, but depth-wise. How do you guys feel we are going into the season? Right? Let me know about how you feeling about the running backs. I know the algorithm will catch up with us all, or the comments will catch up with us. Next, let's move to the next skill position. What about the wide receivers? What about the wide receivers? How do you feel about? I know we still got 4 picks. We got the offseason. We got still players to pick up, but presently constructed. How do you feel about the receivers? And or also, if we draft a wide receiver, right? We care about what 5 to 6 guys, wide receivers on the roster. If we draft a guy coming out of this wide receiver kind of healthy draft, what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? If we can have two to 3 dogs in that room, you know what I'm saying, with a rookie in the room, you know what I'm saying? How does it look like with Tyler? What does it look like with Tyler Scott? I'm talking about question mark versus exclamation marks, right? Because to me, rookies come in as a little bit as a question mark. I know we got 2 exclamation marks already. We got an exclamation mark and a half at running back, if we're being realistic. I love Roshan. I like Khalil, but I'll take Swift. I'll give you a half of whatever that punctuation is for Roshan. I'm not really to stamp him as like an exclamation mark. Like, I'm scared of him as a defense coordinator to take over a game. Same thing with wide receiver. Keenan is a dog. Don't get me wrong. Had a great season last year, 30-something years old, but I'm just going to be honest with you. Schematically, he doesn't scare me. He scares me that he'll kill you in small cuts throughout a game, and he'll rack up yards through catches, and he'll keep chains moving. But big play-wise doesn't scare me. I think we still need another big play wide receiver opposite of DJ or in the mix in that wide receiver room. If it comes from Scott or if it comes from, dare I mention Valus, gee whiz, or the rookie, where it comes from. Tight end wise, how do y'all feel about the tight ends, the tight end depth? And I might be making this a bigger deal of this than it is. Sorry, tongue tied right there. Bigger deal than it is, but let's go. How with 4 picks, if there's holes, any doubts in your minds, where is this depth going to come from? Is the question. So tight end, we got Everett, we got Cole. Who's tight end 3? If you like to run 13 personnel, Shane. Pardon me, it's allergy season here in Georgia. So I'm going to be fighting off a little bit live on air. Gee whiz. Pollen count's probably crazy right now. I don't know. I don't even have allergies. That'll let you know how bad it is. Tight end. And then obviously O-line. This is my major concern. I could have started there easily. Major concern for me because Braxton Jones, I love the kid. I love being wrong about Braxton coming in to his rookie season. I'm not a big fan of rookie centers and tackles. Everybody that knows me knows that. I love being wrong about Braxton as his development proved me to be wrong. Not so much coming in day one. He was just an obvious stud coming in, but the steady progression and development of Braxton, I love being wrong about that. And I believe if Buddy has spent some time, you know what I'm saying, in the squat rack and the deadlift setup and the power clean setup in the offseason and eating the right stuff, he'll probably be okay. But I'm not going to pass up on the Joe Alt or to Talise Fuaga or Fashano. I don't know. But I'm not passing up on one of those dudes if I have opportunity to get them. Right. But outside of that, Tevin Jenkins' health is a concern year over year. Now, will that mysteriously disappear because, you know what I'm saying, he's coming up on a contract year. What are we doing at center? What is the answer at center? Is Ryan, what's his name? You know I'm terrible with names, guys. Is he an answer? Is he the answer at center? Right? The other guy on the other side, dang, man, I need to pull up a roster, bro, because it's just like that this morning. This is why you got a hot coffee when you start getting a certain age. Presently constructed roster. I want to be able to talk to this, and I don't want to be losing brain cells while doing it. Why didn't I have coffee this morning before the show? I don't know. Nate Davis. Question mark or exclamation mark? So go across the line. Braxton Jones. At question mark or exclamation mark? Tevin Jenkins. Question mark or exclamation mark? Center position. Question mark or exclamation mark? Nate Davis. And I'm willing to give Darnell Wright an exclamation mark. One guy I'm going into the season, I'm confident. I mean, throughout the 18-game season, we're talking not present roster. I'm talking about roster and depth. That, all right, is he going to hold up for an 18-game season with a rookie quarterback, all the things that go into NFL season, and then the guys that we put behind them. Let me see if I can sort this by. Let me go by position. Depth chart ain't filled in, of course, right now. But then the guys we signed in the offseason, does that give us enough for us to be sustainable? Because if you think about this offensive line as is, one guy goes down, then where is Ryan Bates the answer at center? How does it go after that? Is Larry Bourne sticking around? To Tyree Carter? Like it's like we're one injury back to the same of guys that we had during the Justin Field era. We go back to Larry Bourne, Tyree Carter, some of these other names that we had going in there doing patchwork for this offensive line. Let me see who else we had. Like, bruh, I'm just saying, that's the part that concerns me about this football team. Like, on the surface, you know what I'm saying? Coleman Shelton at center, possibly. They fight it out. I don't know. A lot of questions. It's not a shoe-in, man. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's not a given. So what are your concerns? That's just offensively. Defensively, you know what I'm saying? Who's going to play? And we have an opportunity to address that in the draft. And I think this defense will be okay. This is why I want us to go. If we don't trade back, this is why I want us to go most dominant defensive lineman, whether edge or interior defensive lineman. I want us to go with a dog. Whoever the dog is, defensive line. If we don't trade back at 9, that's just my request, because I feel like this defense is a lot closer than the offense is at being dominant. Could be wrong. Feel like we got plenty of DBs and we got DB depth. Corner. We have some guys that got some experience at safety. We got some guys that have experience at linebacker. We just need to build a little bit depth. One, we need to build the first wave, complete the first wave of the defensive line. And then in completing that first wave, I think you get a 2-for-1 by adding depth at the same time. Y'all let me know about that. We're going to slide to the chat in a little bit, and we'll talk about it. Should we do that before? I want to put that at the end because I want to get a chance, if it goes too long, to clip that out so we make the algorithm. All right, cool. Since we're talking about defensive line already, I think that'd be a great segue to get into the film room session and talk about these edge rushers. And I think I'm going to start with, I'm going to have some guys that may be on the list, and some guys that may not. By the way, shout out to NFLFilmRooms. I think is also named on X or Twitter is I Am Bear Down, who put together this nice table of I guess slide deck for a lot of us to use when doing these evaluations. I'm not filling in the data as I'm going through the information as I'm going through, but I am using the template as to, you know, which guys to look at film on and kind of do a quick evaluation. Now, listen, this is not a summation of who these dudes are all in totality. This is just a quick look, peek, and discussion for the show. Obviously, there's much work to be done on the back end to see who these dudes really are. I told y'all, it's just not totally my cup of tea in the sense that, not that I can't do it, it's just, I don't know, not as fun, man. It's just not as fun as in season film breakdowns and stuff like that. But for the sake of the show, for the sake of having something to look at, I think it's all right to do it here. So let's get into it. Let me see. I'm working by myself today, so let me see if I got a graphic for Braylon. Braylon in here. If not, we just gonna come and run it without graphics. Cool. It's running without graphics. Let me cut that off. Let's go to the wide view and skip this crap. Forgive me for the commercials ahead of time. A reminder to YouTube, this is a live reaction to NFL Film Rooms breakdowns or film breakdowns for these players. So please don't jack my videos up just because I want to do a live reaction. All right, cool. Told y'all. Allergy season. I mean, pollen count is crazy right now. I knew it was coming. Crap. All right, cool. Let's do it. Here we go. We got Braylon Trice, edge from the University of Washington. Saw this guy show up in big games this season. I think he lost a parent, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the season, towards the end of the season. Probably, I think it was his father. So heart goes out to the kid, man. But being able to play in those circumstance situations is definitely admirable. But let's get into it, man. Number 4 right there at the bottom of your screen. Did he switch numbers? 8. Getting off the block, making an impact on the play. Listen, man, if y'all gonna make these, I said this the last show, bro, and this is one of the things, not being critical. This is just a suggestion for the people that make these highlight videos, man. I would start with the run series. I would start with run plays. I don't care if you're doing D linemen or edge rushers. I would start with the run series, get the run stuff out of the way, because if they can't, you know what I'm saying, if they can't take care of that gap responsibility, reset the line of scrimmage, take care of the core responsibilities first, then it doesn't matter how well they rush the passer, because if you can't stop the team on first and second down, you don't get an opportunity to rush the passer on third down. It's just a suggestion. No shade, just something to look at. All right, cool. Quick shoulder dip. And this is a great look at him against Fuaga, right? So that's the other thing, man. You know, who are they going against? They going against some slap nuts that, you know, here we go. A little hand swipe, hand fighting there, a little free pass on the sack right there off a stunt move. He's definitely an athlete. I've seen him before. Here you go. There you go. A little one-arm stab right there. Little boom. Second move. Hand over. Hand over chop. Second pass rush move right there. See, that was this. I like that. I like this series right here, right? This first move. Y'all know it's the first move. I don't know what this called. this is actually called. I'm not a defensive line guy, but I know these are two separate moves, right? Right there. You're going to do like a jump cross chopper thing right there. Thingy. Like when we describe football terms as thingies. Let me go back again. He hits, yeah, there you go. Like one hand over cross chop. It's like playing with leverage. Now he comes back with a second move. It's a different move. It's a jump. It's that jump cross that our guy, the edge we have right now, is famous for. And that's a good sign because he has multiple pass rush moves, which a lot of guys don't. Most guys can go speed to power, power to speed, right? And that's it. That's all they have in their repertoire, or they'll have one move. But if he has multiple moves, then that's good. I thought Buddy was a good football player when I saw him live in season. He's just a playmaker. I don't know what game it was, but it was. Here we go. Now he's going with power. Definitely an athlete. Getting to that, interrupting the quarterback. I like it, man. Come with it. Shoulder dip. I like it, man. He has multiple pass rush moves. Good athlete. Plays fundamentally sound. I want to see what he does in the run game. Seems like he's plenty of strong. He can get, even with power, he can get to the quarterback. He's probably going to be a better pro. Probably going to be a better pro. So the ceiling is probably still room to go. Would love to see some run plays up in here. Here we go. And a two-hand swipe. I know some moves now. Don't get it twisted. Boom. Probably got a little bit beat up right there. Shout out to Tulis Fuaga, by the way. That's my dude. Man, I'd be so happy if we got him. There we go. Power move, power rush. Boom. Get there. Definitely powerful. I didn't get a chance to see him. I don't think he was at the Senior Bowl. One thing I can say, I'll say it when I get to his actual tape. The head to toe, he looks like an edge. He has a good edge physique, you know what I'm saying? Where, a few years down the road where that body starts to mature still and it goes to the end where he grows into that body even more. It matures even more. He turns into that dude. Braylon Rice, everyone. Again, we're going to get through these pretty quick. It's not meant to be comprehensive and all that other stuff. Just take a good glance at these dudes and take a look at, small sample size of him and see what we see. And I like Braylon Rice. I like what he showed right there real quickly in the small sample size. I mean, I like his build, nice athletic build. I wish I had more run footage. It's probably more in the package somewhere. These say probably should have read the inscription. It says all pass rush moves. So my bad. Let's see. Switching over to our boy Robinson. Let me see if I got a graphic for him. Yeah, quite a people. Yep, there we go. There's Robinson. Nope. Is this the right dude? Let me see. Oregon DT. Oh, no. This is Braylon. This is a guy that was down at Senior Bowl who had a great day on Thursday when I was there. Dude showed up. He took over the practice. Made sure I went down and told him I didn't get an interview with him, but I wanted to make sure I told him. Showed up on the last day of Senior Bowl practice and then had a great Senior Bowl game. Dude has the body for it. I might be just off looks. And just be clear, this is Brandon Doylis from Oregon. concerned about his off looks. I was concerned about his upper body strength. So we might go a quick check and see his NFL combine stats, see what he actually graded out is on the bench press. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the tape. There you go. Speed to power. Definitely strong. Play a little bit on the inside. This is what I want to see right here. Boom. How you holding up when that traffic come in the run game? Very explosive. Uses his hands well. Nice long arms. That's what I like to see right there. See, last year when I picked Zach Pickens and Javon Dexter coming into the draft, I picked 3 guys and I ranked them on D-line coming into the draft. And I think I had Pickens first and Javon Dexter, and it was strictly off their ability to reset the line of scrimmage in the run game. It had nothing to do with their passing game skills. So that's what I'm looking for in the run game, because you take care of the fundamentals, bro. They're going to teach you. You're going to learn your fellow players, coaches. You're going to learn pass rush moves. You can develop that stuff. But if you ain't got that dog in you to stop the run outright, then you useless. It's like pissing in the wind. We can't use you, and we can't afford to miss on players. Here we go. Woo. This dude's get off is crazy. Resets the edge. You see that right there? Plays with leverage. I like that play. That might be a simple play, a small play that somebody would ignore, but I like this. Jacks the guy up, finds the ball, keeps leverage to the outside, and comes back downhill and makes the play. I like that. Know how to get greasy up on the inside. Listen, no blocks are sticking. You want guys that's not sticking on blocks like this play right here. Boom. Comes off the ball. Look, see, yep. Guard tackle, thought he was finna make a play. You get real greasy, get skinny, start squirming and moving. Blocks aren't sticking. Now you get in there. You know what I'm saying? Make a play. Everybody has a gap. Break, let some break contain right there. I don't like that. Here we go. Likes to use power though. When he goes power, he goes nasty with it. Right? Yeah. See right there, I seen him converting power to hand movement move right there. I want to see you finish that move. Power to something else. That's what I was finna say before that play. Where's your follow-up move? Are you setting things up? Now you go power here. Now go power to what? Power to what? I like Buddy. I like Buddy. I like him. I think he might need a second move. Spin. Going spin. He gets on that. I'm looking for a second move. It's how to pop inside, hop in the gap. He has diversity of moves on the inside. I want to see that second pass rush move. That power is there, though. I'm telling you, the power is there. Any questions about his strength, like I mentioned earlier, he got on that play. That was a little bit of a double team, though. Be fair. Yeah, he probably need a second definitive pass rush move. I see he's trying different things, but it's not translating, not coming off as clean. But his power stuff is there. He'll run through your face. You're playing the run well, playing the run on the way to the passer. He uses his hands really well. Like I said, get real greasy and sticky on the inside, meaning blocks don't stick. It's a man play right there. See, this is lovely. This is what I wanted to see earlier from the other guys. I want to see these type of plays because this is alignment, assignment, keys, and technique right here. You got to have your gap. You got to come off the ball. You got to be a dog right there. I like that. I like Buddy. You got a second pass rush move, man. We be on to something. But I'll take him. Brandon Dorless, folks. Brandon Dorless. Let me know how y'all feel about Brandon Dorless. Man, I like Dorless. I like the first guy too, but man, I like just the explosiveness on film. I want to see a second pass rush move though. Here we go. Probably one of y'all favorites. Let's see. There's Robinson. Yep, here we go. Your boy Chop Robinson. I know a lot of people have been talking about Chop. I think Chop did top 30 visit with Chicago Bears last week. One of those guys is explosive. Getting a lot of look. I say if you find a dog, man, you sign them and let them eat. And that's what we need on this roster. We need straight dogs. We're talking about being Super Bowl competitive. We need dogs. Let's go, Chop. Make sure I get them up on the screen. Y'all notice I ain't been screwing it up today, right? I ain't been screwing it up talking about players and not having it up on the screen because I learned my lesson. Getting better. This is a run play. Chop 44 coming down this side, being disruptive. Like some dudes just more explosive on film, man. Is it a technique guy or just a hustle guy? It's gonna be one of those speed guys. Yeah, he likes to use his speed off the edge. Go inside, getting owned a little bit. Yep, see, I'm gonna use my speed. My speed is my weapon. Getting off the ball. Speed to power guy. Speed. Get under you. Man. Speed to power. Effort, hustle. Speed is it. Get off the ball right there. So you just become disruptive. Problem is, when you go up against the bigger guys, how does that go? The guys that's big and nimble, because they'll swallow you up. You're gonna be able to make some technique in there. Speed to like rip, speed. I think Chop is probably gonna be better in a 3-4. There you go, try and do a little two-hand swipe, gets chipped right there, but I like the move. There you go. There you go. Now power. Now that's the first time I seen that. Get him out that wide 9 and let him work off a 3-4. And try that little under rip move right there, and they get the best of him. There you go, folks. Chop Robinson. I mean, I think he's going to be a good football player. I don't know if that's going to be a scheme fit for us, though. I don't know if there's going to be a scheme fit for him. For the player, I think he's going to be a great player based off what we've seen real fast. It don't take long, man. It don't take a whole lot. Might be better in a 3-4, not in a 4-3. But I'll tell you this: if we were set at the defensive line and we already had 4 guys and this was a luxury pick, I'd be like all over it. Go for it. Why not? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Chop. I think he's going to be a good football player. I just don't know if it's for us. I don't know if it's a guy. Obviously, the Bears got him on the 30 visit, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, maybe they see him different. Maybe they see the needs differently. I don't know, but I don't know. It doesn't look like a scheme fit to me. But again, this is a small sample size of film. He could probably come up and blow up and wreck the whole NFL. And I have to eat my words. I'm not saying a no, not a definitive no, but question marks. I mean, like the other guys, Dorless, Jalen, Bryce. I'm like, shit, yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's do it. Let's see. What is what I'm doing? It's freezing up right here. What is going on? Hopefully not. Why is this not working the way I want it to? Too many moving parts. Oh, okay. It would help if I share first. I gotta take one guy down. Bring a guy up. There we go. Let's share. Here we go. Dallas Turner, everyone. Dallas Turner. We got a graphic Dallas. Big Dallas in the building. Oh, let's check him out. I'm gonna watch more college football next season, by the way. I've committed to that. I know I try to make Saturday about family. Here we go. That's why I want to see guys playing the run, too. Here we go. Power to speed to power. Here we go. A little one-arm stab with power. A little hand fighting, a little judo right there. Let's see. Give me something else. Don't let them break you down like that, my guy. Tracking the ball, finding a run. Getting double. Getting chipped to tight end. Tries a little spin move right there. Let's see a second move. I want to see a second move. Yeah, see, I want to see a second move. Still looking for that second move. I feel like he runs speed to power pretty decently. But if you compare him to like Dorless, compare him to Jalen, was it Jalen? Trice, the second and third moves was obvious, jumped off the page. Robinson's power was obvious. This is like moderate power, no second moves. You know what I'm saying? Try two hands, a little jump swipe right there. Yeah, let's try a little crossover move. It's not getting home. Go tries it again. Tries two hand swipe. Okay, we almost there right there. A jump swipe. You see what I'm saying? Moderate power. I didn't feel like if that was Robinson or the other guys, they would have blown that play up. And why not against the best competition too, right? It's like, I know it's just one game. You see what I'm saying? He got decent power, moderate power to blow through guys, but it's like that curl, that Jerry curl that just don't quite curl. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's there, but is it really? It's not quite curling. That was a pretty decent move, but it's like it's finesse. It's like the quick chop, quick crossover. Back on the inside. I felt like he tried that move a few times. I feel like a good move for him is, you know what I'm saying, like just a straight arm and change levels. So a fake straight arm, go straight arm, and then change levels and dip under it. Or she would use his hands a little bit better. He's a good athlete, decent power. Yeah, I like the other guys better, man. I like the other. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all got me. I did it. Right when I bragged about doing it. Right when I bragged about not doing it, then I wet the bed. That's what I get. That's what I get. Nothing like old film work to humble you, huh? All right. Good thing I let those videos run fast, because if I didn't, it would be bad. And I know y'all talking about me in the chat. It's okay. It's okay. I'll take that row session. There you go. Let me run it back. We can do it again. Y'all gonna see it now. Since I got heads up, y'all can see it right live. Decent versus the run, but we're looking for it. Compare him to Jalen. Compare him to Jalen Trice and Douglas Robinson. His film, right? You see the get off is there, moderate power, decent hand fighting skills, but it, like I said, it's the Jerry curl that just don't curl. It's like, where's your second and third? Hell, give me a second pass rush move. He tries to spin right here. He tries to spin another time in this set of videos. I'm gonna take a look at another set of videos just for him. Another set after this one runs. See what I'm saying? Decent hand skills or hand fighting skills, decent power, but it's like Jaden gets blown up on that play. Ooh, he got owned on that. I never understand why them defensive linemen take that inside move unless it's a stunt. I'm not going where the help is at. I mean, you gotta mix it up every once in a while, but almost gets there right there. See, he'll go with one arm stab. He does that a lot. But it's like, even if you do the one arm stab, you got to be able to change levels, right? So drop that elbow, change levels, and get down below the leverage you created and finish the play. Inside move is not it, bro. See, he likes that one arm stab. So let's count that. Good health, good hustle, good effort right there. Now he goes to power. I feel like he's a little bit like Chop and tries to use speed. Or he just doesn't have a pass rush identity yet. His get off is decent enough for him to be good. Good athlete. Okay, now he wins on the inside rip move. So I'm saying his power is moderate. Stay inside stab, a left hand stab move. Tries to rip inside. Yeah, outside kind of undercut rip move, whatever you call that thing. I don't know, man. I'm willing to take a look at another video. because I'm just like, is the dude, what are we doing? Jordan tape right here. It's kind of muddy, but we'll take it. There's a little power right there. Okay, boom. I mean, the power is there in some situations. I knew he's an athlete. He's just owning this tackle from Georgia off the rip. Let's go against a better guy. Let's see what he does on the other side. It's a little bit more disruptive here. So I want to look at another piece of tape because I'm like, man, this dude can't be. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's just, you know what I'm saying? The repertoire. We need more more depth. We need more moves, more impact. Do I want to look at Darius Robinson, man? Somebody, and then they got him as edge DT. Do they got him on here, Darius Robinson? We got a graphic for him, so I'm not down on the kid, but I got a chance to look at some film before, and it was like, bro, I don't know. What am I looking at? I think I looked at this film before, and I was like, how do they have him listed as edge DT? I need to look up his size too, because I was like, something is not matching. Like, he might be another one of those guys. It'd probably be 3-4 guy. Let me see. Go present mode. Y'all don't let me screw this up this time. It's on y'all. It's on y'all. Don't let me screw it up. Share. Too many damn buttons on this app. There we go. There he is right there making the play. Solid across the middle. Now they moving him inside. I don't know why. That's it. Plenty of contain. Quarterback wearing 33. There you go. Where's your moves at, buddy? Two-hand stab. Coming off the ball, hands. Getting your helmet knocked off. Anyway, they would play the run right there. Get off the block. Let's see, Missouri sending a lot of pressure, so this tape is not as good as we want it to be. Come on, show me a second move, man. Show me a power rush first. Show me some power. He knows how to make contact, use his hand, get off the block, kind of like change levels, second hand move or second level move. I think the guy that I've seen so far that probably has the best moves, the best package, is Trice. And where do we project Trice is going? Where do we project Dorlus Robinson is going? I'm almost wanting to see a second film cut on him too. It's not a lot of impact plays right here versus Ohio State. There you go. Well, it's kind of like on the Q8 right there. A little swing pass, Q8. Let's go to second set. We don't want the commercials. Sorry about this, fans. It's live YouTube for you. Oh, you're getting owned up in there. That's dangerous territory for a light end, a light end going up in there in the interior. There we go. Best move I've seen so far. Best move I've seen so far. And it's really a change in levels right there. It's about making that initial contact and changing levels. See, that's okay, right? Now change levels. Boom. Grabbed and ripped. Grabbed and ripped. Dude, just a football player. They just grabbed him out of high school, a Tasmanian devil, and just was an effort guy. Trice is a technician. Trice is a 9/16 socket wrench. This dude is just a pair of pliers. He's a 5/8. He's a 5/8 wrench. You know what he's gonna get out of him. You know what specifically he can do, but good athlete. Probably develop some more pass rush moves in the NFL. Probably be an effort guy. Be a good player, but I'm liking Trice. Man, where's the? I know who y'all waiting to get to. We're probably gonna do him next. I just thought about our guy. Probably everybody looking to see. I don't know what the hell the tackle's doing right there. Yeah, buddy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Did I do it again? Gee whiz. Y'all gotta help me out. This is why when the producer's here, these mistakes don't happen. When the producer is here, these mistakes don't happen. Gotta be more careful. All right. Letting it run back. Good thing they're going by fast. I can just clip them up later. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Good change of direction move right there. Boom. Rip over, rip pass. Initial contact, grab, go by. Boom. He tried it again, didn't work. To the well too many times. Definitely not afraid of contact. Definitely good athlete. So we need to become a better technician. Everybody gets compared to Trice from now on. Trice is the best technician I've seen coming off the edge and pass rush move wise. Him and Dorless Robinson, everybody gets compared to them. I hope Latu doesn't. I've never seen just sat down and watched do any type of tape on him. I hope his tape doesn't look like it's not. This stuff is not terrible, but I'm saying I want to see him being a technician out there working. I haven't even seen like a full power rush. Most of these guys that they you know what I'm saying, they didn't like overwhelm you on tape. You said at least see like a power rush move out of them. This guy's out there just he's just out there just being a Tasmanian devil, just trying to make a play. See how fast that went by? I told y'all it wouldn't take long. Boom. There you go, man. Darius Robinson. I'm not saying, listen, probably going to be a dog in the NFL. Probably some going to go to the right situation. They're probably going to develop him. He probably become the Hall of Famer. But I'm not. I wasn't overly impressed by that film we watched just right there. Let's watch some. Let's watch a little bit of Jared Verse. Why don't we? Jared Verse, everybody, and then we'll get to Latu and get out of here. Jared Verse. Jared Verse. Jared Verse. Here, Jared Verse tape. Play all. Play all. By the way, the Bears signed Byron Cowart a few weeks back. I actually had to coach against Byron Cowart in 2014 was his senior year. Byron Cowart went to Armwood High School in Tampa area, and I coached against him. I had to figure out how to block him. Me and the head coach disagreed on how to approach that. And then that game didn't go our way. I wanted to run right at him because he was so disruptive. I feel like if we try to beat him up early on, that we could have. I wanted to try and attack him from a bunch of different angles. I was going to try and trap him, wham him. I was going to try and beat the hell out of him with different angles, from different angles. And we had that year we had Deontay Johnson, and we had Devin Black as our quarterback. This is a side story. And I wanted to try to beat the hell out of Byron from a bunch of different angles because he was so touted as the next, great defensive lineman coming out of that area. I wanted us to make a name off of him. But we had Deontay Johnson and Devin Black, who I'm shocked Devin Black didn't become just a household name in college football because dude could sling it. He and Deontay hooked up for over 1,400 yards Deontay's senior year. Just Deontay had over 1,400 yards as a senior. 13 combined touchdowns for punt returns and kick returns, 13 touchdowns. Byron was an animal at Armwood, and we tried to throw the ball all over the yard, and Byron just blew our whole game plan up, and I didn't like the game plan going into it anyway. So just a break from the tape because it came to me just now. Had a brain cramp moment, but yeah, old Byron Cowart. Here we go. Jared Verse. Let's go. Boom. Here you go. We're showing moves already. Let's go. Showing moves already. Y'all see the difference, man? Guys, now I'm going power. See, showing different hand fighting skills. Now we're going power. Now we're going, you see what I'm saying? Moves, quick chop, power. That's what I'm talking about. Moves inside with intention, with purpose. Hustle, effort. This dude is different. Already on tape, man. See, I just want y'all to notice it. It's not cap, bro. He getting on right there though. But when I get bored on tape, when I'm watching tape and I get bored, bro, it's not gonna be good. I'm seeing some run stuff I'm not liking. Guy, he's greasy out there on the pass rush. He's sticky on the pass rush. He uses his hands really, really well. I can tell you off rip. And he has power. So he can go speed to power, power to speed. With his hands, they're going to allow him to get away with some murder. Look, hands. See what I'm saying? Like, he knows what he wants to do with his hands. He has a plan. He has a plan with his hands. See how even in the run game, his hands are intentional. Moves. I like it, bro. Relentless efforts. 2 and 3 moves. It's not your first move. A lot of time with these guys, it's gonna be the second and third move. Man, I listen. We ain't got to dwell on that often. It wasn't crazy great, but I like where it's going. I like where it's going. Like some guys, man, you just don't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, they just jump out on tape. It don't have to be a elongated film study on them. Some dudes is just, they just right. Where's our guy? We got to get out of here on him. Latu. Where's Latu? Here we go. Decided to buy out a Super Senior Bowl right when I was showing up. I was disappointed by that. Now, listen, man. When I first pulled up, I saw this guy in person, man. I'm like, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. That's not an NFL body. But when you look at Latu's legs and thighs and butt, paws, no diddy, dude is he's an athlete. Upper body strength. I don't know what he scored out. Bench press reps and all that other stuff. But his athleticism comes from his lower body. Here you get a chance to see him versus, I'm not going to do it again. I know. Get to see him versus our guy, Fuaga. Here we go. You see what I'm saying? See the guys that know how to use their hands. They got a plan. Boom. Two plays, two different. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. 2 plays, first 2 plays, 2 different pass rush moves. And it was actually, I think it was an ambidextrous move. So he used, I think he did like 2-hand swipe to the right, 2-hand swipe to the left. He's obviously been working on that move. Like having a plan. Here you go. I'm swiping inside. Get your hands off of me. There you go. I'm working to the outside. I got a plan. I'm working inside, outside. Now I'm going through you. A plan. It's not out here just playing football. I'm playing the game cerebrally. Plays the run. I was concerned about that as well. Like, how does he play the run? Hands. Out. I'll say this. Versus hands are better. But I like the fact that him, Jalen Trice, I think Jalen has the most diverse set of pass rush moves, but thank you for not disappointing me, Latu. Hands. Get off me. Sack. Listen, man. Now, this is the stuff I'm concerned about right here with Latu. This is the stuff, preconceived stuff that I was concerned about right here. It's not pass rush stuff, but this stuff, that stuff right there, you got to be able to drop your hips, you know what I'm saying, and then roll off them blocks like them double teams and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna tell you who would have ate this up right here. This little double team right here. I'm gonna tell you who ate that up in a smaller frame. Your boy Newton out of Illinois. They wouldn't have got away with this with Newton. They wouldn't have got away with that. Newton would have blown that up. Newton would have known exactly what to do. That's the stuff I'm concerned about with Latu. But I like him though. As an edge though. I'm just concerned how he's going to hold up in the run game. He's using his quickness in the run game. You can do that, you'll be all right. But you're not. How often can you get away with that in the NFL? It's a nice move right here in the run game. Watch this. Kind of replace the gap replace, swipe replace, swing replace. I like Buddy's hands. He has a plan. I like it. I like it. All right. So here's the unpopular take. I'm done. Here's the unpopular take. I like Jalen Trice's moves. I like better than everybody else. He has multiple pass rush moves, good hands, can play power to speed, speed to power, plays good in the run game, good to go. Douglas Robinson, pretty much all power, strong as hell, uses his strength, needs a second pass rush move. Jared Verse, great hands, great hands. So hands-wise, probably hands and pass rush move-wise, I'm probably on Trice and Verse. And then up there in the mix, the 3 is Trice, Verse, Latu. Latu, I'm concerned about paying or holding up in the pass in the run game, but I think he can get it done. I think he can get it done. But give me 3 of those, any of those 3 dudes, a combination of the 3 of them, Latu, Verse, Trice, based off of just what I'm seeing real fast. And watch this. I didn't do a whole lot of film study last year when I picked Pickens and Dexter. It was like, can they hold up in the run? Can they reset the line of scrimmage? Obviously, we don't have enough, a bunch of film, a run game film right here, but I'm just going off of, you know what I'm saying? I'm going off of what I got and what we're seeing right here. I'll probably take a look at a few more, a little bit more as we come up on the draft. I'm going to do some mocks, but based off of just today, what we're looking at, I like, man, Verse was crazy, bro. Verse was crazy. Verse was so smooth with his hands, bro. It's like Verse's hands is dangerous. They dangerously good, right? Latu hands is dangerously good, but his run game stuff is going to concern me. I would have Verse over Latu. And then Trice versus Latu, that's where it starts getting split hairs. I think Trice has more moves, but I think Latu executes what he does have probably better. I would take any combination of the 3 of those guys, man. Let me slide real fast before we get ready to get out of here. I want to hear what y'all talking about. Hopefully y'all not beating me up too bad in the comments. My allergies already kicking my ass enough, and I don't even have them. But
did you get like some crazy DMs or what?
Very
surprises or no?
It's talking like blue check marks.
Yeah, like
people who be sliding, and I'm like, wow, y'all fuck with me like that.
Thanks for rocking us, Bears, Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T, man. Thanks for hanging out. Quick film session, man. We talked about, you know, the depth of the roster and all that good stuff leading to the show. Good conversation about that. I'm gonna go through a good quick shout outs, and then I'm gonna start from the bottom up, hitting some of these comments. I'm working by myself today, so please don't be too hard on me, man. I'm hard, man. I'm hard-working man out here in the business. Also, just a reminder real fast, just a confirmation today, man. We're going to have Lawrence Holmes on the show on this Thursday. We're going to have a special guest on Tuesday as well. Let me check the calendar real fast. Let's see who that's going to be. Who is it Tuesday? Tuesday. I'll check that in a minute. Let me get these quick shout outs, man, because guess what? Y'all the people. Got to give the people what they want. Y'all the people. Y'all the ones that make this happen, man. So it's all about y'all. Again, the Chicago Bears 360. Try to give y'all Bears commentary, Bears football from a coach's perspective. Give y'all what to look for throughout the season. So if you watch it on the playback, you never tuned into the show before, man, like us, share, subscribe, man. We going to try and keep this thing fun. Bear Truth 9, long-time subscriber, man. I appreciate you. King, Book of World, Mac Daddy in the building. Do It All 36 in the building. Cornelius Sales, one of my mods. Bear Truth 9, a mod too. I don't know if y'all knew that. Y'all mods. Baki in the building. Boxer mod. Illini McG in the building. We sliding. I saw Barrelismo down there in the comment section. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, on your Sunday. You don't have to be here. I appreciate it. Leonidas in the building. Who else we got? That's pretty much it. Brian White in the building. My guy B in the building. Me and Brian B having our exchanges. We chatting it up on X every now and then. Just letting y'all know, man, I'm appreciative. I'm grateful, man. Want to give y'all the shots out because y'all the ones that make it happen. Jay Grizz in the building. Who else we got? I want to be fast. I want to be quick because I want to get to these comments. I'm going to work my way back up. Again, working by myself. Super boost. Hey, by the way, the creative directors in the building, the big guy, big J2K, our creative directors in the building as well. Appreciate all your hard work, my guy. Can't wait for the season. Can't wait to link up. We're going to Bears games. Broski Bear in the building. Alan Pena is in the building. And of course, my guy, Pettiest Man Alive, Mr. Petty, Pettyville, Black Diamonds in the building as well. So Mac Daddy said we're going offense day 1, edge day 2. Hey, man, if it's offensive line day 1, I'm telling you, if it's any combination of offensive line, wide receiver, and edge, I think we're going to be okay. I just think, you know, what Ryan does after the draft is going to matter as much as he does during the draft, because he's going to have to find some diamonds and create some depth for this roster for us to feel, for me to feel really good about this roster here. Alan Pena, haven't seen you before, so I'm gonna pull you up on the screen, man. So we can give you some love, man. He said Trice is more of a day 2 prospect. Hey, if Trice is a day 2 prospect and we land him on day 2, then shout out to us. If Trice is being projected around in the 70s or so, because I think that's what that 3rd pick is, and we land him, I'm telling you, I like it. That would have been a steal to me, because I think probably over his career, Trice might be a dude that we found out later on was a dude from the beginning. Black Diamond said, what do you think about Latu if he's there at 9? Would you take him? Man, I would rather have Verse, be honest with you. I wouldn't be mad at Latu. I would understand the pick, but I would rather have Verse. I think Verse is going to be a problem. I really believe Verse is going to be a problem. That dude is so impressive with his hands, bro. It's like he got 50 weight motor oil on his arms and hands, and his hands just don't stick, bro. He don't get stuck. And people that know how to use their hands like that are crazy, man. I think that's what Berlismo is saying right here. He said Verse will put a dude on his back. He is strong as hell. And he's strong. That's the other part about it, right? He has that dude is a problem. I haven't done a whole lot of film work on these dudes before today, and I'm just telling, like with offensive and defensive linemen, I've watched so much film with offensive, defensive linemen from coaching the position. I remember the first time I saw Isaiah Wynn in high school, and I was like, bro, it was on a Sunday. I was like, bro, it's gonna be a problem. Same thing with Byron Coward. You know what I'm saying? Watching these dudes in high school, I watched so much film, bro. It don't take long when you know what a dude, when you see a dude versus him. If Verse is there, please Bears, do not pass. Verse is the dude. You plug Verse in opposite of Montez Sweat with the pieces we already have. This is a top 5 defense. Argue with whoever. I'm willing to be wrong 1,000 times and 10 times on Sunday on that tape. You plug Verse in with opposite of Sweat with the dudes we have, maybe bring in a few more pieces. Like, you got to keep in mind, we got Byron Coward now. We got Pickens. We got Dexter, right? We got what's his face? Big boy that was already there from Tennessee. We got him. You got bodies. You got depth right there up there. You add Verse for competition or to be the incumbent starter, top 5 defense. You know what I'm saying? Latu can give you some of that, but his stuff in the run game. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm running at Latu. I'm running at him. I'm gonna test his mettle in the run game, and I'm not even gonna allow him to be able to get to his pass rush stuff, because I'm gonna beat him down so bad in the run game. I'm gonna pull guards, I'm gonna pull tackles at him that by the time the 4th quarter comes, I want him so beat down that if he has to try and get to his pass rush stuff, he's laboring to get to it. That's how I would approach that. Mac Daddy said Leighton not good at leverage. He probably said Latu not good at leverage, relies too much on his speed. I like to take. Broski Bear saying Latu isn't twitchy, can't bend. I think he can bend, Broski. I think he can bend. I like his lower body It's his upper body. When I was starting out the film, I was talking about walking up on him at the Senior Bowl, and initially I was like, bro, like this is an finna be NFL player. He don't look like, you know what I'm saying, upper body wise. But then I started looking at him, I was like, oh hell, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't checking the dude out or nothing, but you start looking at him move, and I was like, oh man, it's coming from his hips, his thighs, his legs. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Great athletes do squat, so you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in his rear end too. Pause, double pause, triple pause, no diddy. Broski Bear says Latu would be a terrible pick for the Bears. He's not a 4-3 edge. Latu plays in 2-point stance, plays upright too much. I'll pass on him. Hey man, you know, to each his own. I think he wouldn't be my first guy. I would almost be tempted to say if you get Trice, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad, bro. I would not be mad at Trice. I'm just being honest with you. Because you know how the draft goes, man. The draft goes. Braylon Trice. Hunt Move. Bear Truth 9 says, I like Latu a lot. Believe said first two steps the same. Bear Truth 9, like Latu, IP man, arm strength, upper body power, something to watch, but guy is surgical. Hey, yep, we talking about the same thing. Upper body strength, a little bit, you know, might be leaving a little bit to be desired, you know what I'm saying? But I think we all agree on if Verse is there, day one, take him. This is the take. Verse is ready, day one starter. You know what I'm saying? Get mentored by some of those older dudes, sweat some of those veterans, get them around those guys, and let it work. Berlissimo, Dorless ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I like his power though. I mean, I'm saying we talk about looking at what they can do. His speed, I mean, his hands, not so much. I didn't see anything in terms of pass rush move, but his power is crazy. His power is crazy. I got to give him credit for what he can do. All right, man. Let's see. I got to get out of here. Got to take care of some business. Pretty much looks pretty clear. Oh, did the screen freeze up anytime during the show? All right, let me know, because if I got my head down, man. Oh yeah, I probably got a little freeze up in there. Hopefully not. It's live. It's working for me. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. It's already been 1:46 on the clock. Definitely longer than I like to go, but you know how these film sessions go, man. Like I said, thanks for hanging out with your boy, Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. The crew is going to be back. Jay's going to be back on Tuesday. J2K's in the building. All the great graphics, artwork. That's the guy. Appreciate you, my man. We're going to be back Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll be set up to do a mock by Tuesday. I still don't know how I feel about that. But either way, man, thank y'all for hanging out. Y'all know what the deal is, man. Past, present, and the future, bro. Always we're going to represent the blue and orange, bro. We Bears fans for life. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We got to ride or die. It's Super Bowl or bust. Maybe not this year, but y'all watch out, man. 2025, we want to be in there. 2026, I don't know where the ball going to be at, but we trying to be there. We trying to be there live and in person. I'm trying to get tickets, dog. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be there. I got to see another Super Bowl in my lifetime. So thanks for hanging out, man. I'll check you out on Tuesday. Until then, man, be safe, man. You know what I'm saying? Go check out your family, man. Check out your loved ones. Check out your best friends, man. Make sure they're doing all right on this Sunday. Reset your mind. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for the work week. If you're still working and all that good stuff, man, just take care of yourself, man. Take care of your mind. Take care of your body. Take care of your spirit, man. We all out here just trying to make it, bro. At the end of the day, that's all it is. We all trying to just make the most of it. And the Bears bring us a little bit of distraction from life. So hope everything all right with you. Health and wealth to you. And we'll talk to you next time. Until then, man, it's peace out. Bear down.